All right, so let's get into our book club then. Ben, take it away.
Yeah, something that made me a whole lot happier than RMS File is The Immortal Hulk, written by Al Ewing and drawn by, I have the name, Joe Bennett. So Brandon kept talking about how great this book is. It's a body horror book about where Bruce Banner can't die, and at night he turns into the – well, it's not like a werewolf thing, but the Hulk comes out at night. And
no, it's a werewolf thing.
It is a werewolf thing? Okay. But the Hulk comes out at night. The Hulk comes out at night, and he just brings the fear of God into people. This book is freaking awesome. It is worth every single word of praise that you have heard on this show or others. I was at the comic book store the other day trying to find more trades of Immortal Hulk, and they were cleaned out. So after a while I was done reading this book, I want more. I want really, really more. And I recommend
reading more.
And the thing is, I'm surprised because this is the second Hulk book I have done for this show that I've read. And thought, yo, Hulk is actually really, really cool.
Hey, Ben, I've said it before. Spoiler alert, every character could be good with the right creative team. Every single character.
Anything can be good.
Anything could be good.
Anything could be good. And, God, I freaking love how freaky just the first issue of Immortal Hulk.
She was 12.
Yeah, and just like those two big splash pages of Hulk just leading over the gas station robber. And then later on, we meet Walter and Sasquatch, and the fight with them in the hospital. So good.
One of the things that I really like about this book, so I've been reading it since the beginning, since it first came out. I have every single issue. One of the things I really like about this arc is that it does set up. A little humble brag there. The second issue is worth $100. I'm just saying.
I have it too. Cool.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Because it's the first appearance of the.
I've got it.
It's the first. This is when speculation was. I mean, it's always rampant, but it was really bad. It's the first appearance of a new villain, the Radioactive Man, and so it's worth $100.
Oh God, that issue was so good.
So one of the things that I really like about this is that it's implying that there is something wrong with all of the gamma-powered heroes.
Yeah.
Because this Hulk is not the same Hulk that we've been dealing with. This is clearly a different Hulk. Banner even says, like, I think he's smarter than me.
Yeah.
And that's not Hulk. So there's something new inside of him. Maybe something old, which is why when we see Sasquatch is possessed by someone claiming to be Bruce Banner's dad, he says this was always inside you.
Yes. So I've also been reading it from the beginning, but I took a break. But because of Marvel Unlimited, it's very easy to catch up. I forgot how much of the seeds were planted for the big cosmic stuff from the first issue. The stuff with the green door and like, oh, you talk about the one above all. What about the one below? Like, I forgot how much of that stuff is still relevant 30 issues later.
As above, so below.
Yeah. Man, this book is just. You know what this book really reminds me of? And after rereading again, this reminds me so much of, honestly, of Alan Moore's Swamp Thing. It's about a monster trying to correct humanity's wrongs. Because it's almost like standalone single issues that build to a bigger narrative. And I got a lot of vibes from Alan Moore's original run. And this book is just so fun. And fun in a really like weird way that you've never seen the Hulk before. Because he is basically an angel of vengeance. He's out like patrolling the streets, finding crime. And it's just like, it's gnarly and it feels dark, and there's the super personal villain stuff. Like every person that he kills has their own tragic like backstory why they did the thing they did, and the Hulk just doesn't give a shit.
I was scared.
So spooky. Like the Hulk scares you, dude.
I was scared that when Hulk first shows up at this page right here, it's the page. It's one of the last pages of issue 1 where he looks into you and says, like, when guys saying, I'm not a bad person. He goes, what do you think? Just that image right there. I know it's really hard for me to put up on the camera for you guys. It is horrifying. I was scared I was going to see that in my nightmares the night before.
Just that whole page of him like looking at him and listening, him just listening to his excuses. So
I think this whole trade is great, but I think my favorite issue of this trade is issue 2 with the dad. That stuff. With the radioactive dad, with the radioactive, the son who, where he's like, I see a green door. His son starts
It's just horrifying.
And not only that, like, because when Bruce visits the grave, he feels the radioactive, and because people are saying, yeah, so many people are dying. Why are people dying? And you talk about the walking ghost phase, which is just terrifying, that you're a dead man walking. And then, like, when the EPA shows up and they dig up and they exhume the body, and he's, like, glowing green, he's reaching out, like, trying to save. He's
alive.
It's messed up.
Yeah. There's so many more moments like this to come. But this book really lays the groundwork for some really engaging stuff. Like when you see Sasquatch on Alpha Flight and Carol's like, you've been this, we don't see a lot of your other side anymore. Yeah. We don't see enough of Walter anymore. And so when he transforms, like, okay, that was a lot harder than it used to be.
Yeah. Also, like how
something has come through the green door.
No, because one of the things I actually like about the third issue is the third or fourth issue. I want to say it's the third, when Walter is talking to the reporter lady, about Bruce and how they got in that argument one time. And
it's the fourth issue, because the third issue is the one with McGee looking for all the people trying to piece together what happened with the whole church.
Oh, that was a really good issue too. All the different art styles.
Man, the girl with her head just twisted around, she's smiling.
Oh, you mean that? Oh boy, that's horrifying. This might be the most disturbing thing, when she was like, she's sitting there so peacefully, and it took me like 5 seconds to realize her head was completely turned around. That's sickening, guys. Oh my God.
You know, not only that, and the line that the priest said afterwards, where he
I haven't been able to pray ever since.
I haven't been able to pray ever since. What does that tell you? It's like, oh shit.
That's the thing. So many people equate this new Hulk to the devil.
Yeah. Again, like, speaking of the different art styles, like there's like this thing with the green glowing guy.
Yeah.
I swear he looked like James Dean.
Yeah, definitely like James Dean and that old lady talking about it. And I love the different art styles, but like it switches from like a cartoony like Saturday Night Fever pose to then again the girl with her head twisted around, and how also the tones and how everything matches. I'm like, man, Al Ewing just knows what he's doing.
Well, not only that, I love how every single piece of art reflects the person who was talking. Like the cop speaking looks like an old 1960s book where everything's a good guy. The priest is like a Sean Gordon.
Oh golly, gee, he's a founding Avenger. He wouldn't.
Yeah, it's very like 1960s Stanley.
Yeah, and then the priest is like Sean Gordon Murphy, the jagged, the edgy. And of course, the old lady is like all shoujo manga, love, hearts, and everything.
Yeah, it's like anime. I love it.
And the bartender is just very minimalistic, simple, just like, sup.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some incredible issues coming up. The stuff with I wish we could talk about the whole series. Maybe that'll be my next pick for our book club series.
I am going to find volume 2. I'm going to pick up these trades. This has me hook, line, and sinker. I want to keep reading more. This is just Daddy. Oh God!
When he says Daddy, what man?
Yeah, I hadn't revisited these issues since they first came out, so it was really nice to go back, and I need to pick up Immortal Hulk again, reading it. But it's really solid stuff. Nothing gets me more personally than the not like in a oh no way, but in like a damn way, is the end of the second issue when he's like, let me die, just let me die.
Oh, that is messed up. Like when he's on the bottom of the pit and he's like, give me the abyss, death is better than this. It's so messed up. It's just
the book is excellent. It's constantly one of my favorite reads every time it comes out.
And again, going back to this first volume, this is tame compared to the stuff that happens later on. So like if you thought this stuff was wacky, like that's
the thing. Going back to it was wild, because I was like, you know what? Compared to some of the shit I've seen recently, this is like not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was revolutionary to see with the Hulk. When it came out, I remember that moment when I first read it, and I'm like, damn, this is the Hulk comic I've been wanting.
I think the last Hulk book I read was Totally Awesome Hulk #1. Besides Hulk Gray.
Oh boy, I remember that book.
Yeah, so Totally Awesome Hulk. I remember
different kind of Hulk.
It's very different. Like even when I got to the end, it's like here's this little collage of like Bruce Banner asking Hawkeye to shoot him, to kill him.
Totally Awesome Hulk is the Artemis Fowl Disney Plus watered down version. This is the bad guy Hulk.
Yeah.
No, but just seeing
that
like
totally awesome Hulk is Amadeus Cho as the Hulk.
Yeah, but just like seeing Bruce Banner trying to just die, finally, just let him, like the word he's like, just let me rest, just let me go. And then everyone just keeps bringing him back into the fold. It's like three times you see Bruce Banner die.
Well, one of the best things about this book so much, that I love so much about this book, is just like, he's just like, I can die, he can't.
Yeah.
And no matter what, Bruce Banner is cursed no matter what. And it goes back to the old Jack Kirby Hulk. When Jack Kirby and Stan Lee created Bruce Banner, he would always transform into the Hulk at night, and then that slowly changed. And it went right back to that. If you read some of the background materials in some of these single issues, I don't think it's collected in the trades, but the single issues talk a lot about his process in coming up with this version of the Immortal Hulk. And it talks about how he goes back to that first Jack Kirby cover, where it says, "Is he monster? Is he man? Or is he both?"
It is that's what the title of the first volume is. Is he both? Because they do collect the first letters page with a picture of the famous cover where they ask him, is he a man or monster, or is he both?
I love that it's just modernizing what was already there. That was just kind of like more subtext, or not as intense because it was the 60s or whatever.
Right.
I love that so much.
That's what I love about it too.
Yeah.
Also, the cross issue covers are always
Just this one of Hulk rising from the grave. Just this cover alone is gorgeous. I feel like Alex Ross is a man who can draw. Everything he draws, he can do no wrong.
And he's starting to do, we talked about it, he's going to start doing the Iron Man covers when Iron Man gets relaunched. So, I got variants to buy. Oh.
No, if I had an unlimited supply of money, I remember the last Comic-Con I was at, there was this beautifully done Alex Ross painting of the Beatles' Yellow Submarine. I wanted to buy one for myself and one for my dad because he's a huge Beatles fan. And I thought that would just be one of the coolest pieces in my house.
I have an Alex Ross poster of the current Guardians of the Galaxy roster, but as their original appearances.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh,
it's kind of
Alex
cute.
Ross has been doing the Captain America covers for Coates.
Yeah.
And all of those covers are also beautiful and brilliant.
Okay,